I want to say happy holidays. My name is Dr. Janet Fashakin. I am an attorney at law and the CEO and the senior attorney for Fashakin and Associate BC. I want to say happy holidays. I want to talk about certain immigration benefits that people here in America can make use of. People ask us every time, especially those who have been here for long without papers, if there is any way in which they could benefit themselves. There are so many ways. As I've always said, there are so many ways. It's just a question of talking to the right attorney or talking to the right people. And America is designed to help immigrants, non-immigrants, people from across the oceans who wants to make America their place of abode. They are not looking for half and half. You have to be able to show them that you love America, you want to work here, you want to live here, you want to make America your nation. So with that, you'll be able to get many things done here. Today, I want to talk about those who can use religious visas to stabilize or regularize their stay here. We often hear questions like, I'm here in the US on a visitor's visa, I've overstayed, or maybe I'm still within the 6 month time that they gave me. And I've become so involved in my church. They trusted me maybe with their Sunday school. I lecture or I do things around the church. And the pastor wanted me to stay back and help. Can the church file for me? Can my religious organization file for me? Religious organizations are able to apply for certain types of visas for people who are employed in a religious vocation, be it a church or a mosque or otherwise. In fact, religious organizations can even apply for an employee to get a green card and become a permanent resident of the United States. Of course, you have to meet certain conditions. And once those conditions are met, then you'll be able to go. You are good to go. In the situations where you have been working for the church or for the mosque or whatever your religious organization is, the easiest thing might be to ask them to apply for a religious visa, our visa for you. It's a non-immigrant visa that the US government issues for up to 30 months. It's a non-immigrant visa, meaning it's a temporary visa, and it can be renewed for a stay of up to 5 years. During the course of the 5 years, you may be able to regularize your stay to a permanent status if you upgrade it. The requirements for a religious visa are fairly straightforward. You have to have been a member of that religious denomination for at least 2 years, and a church or religious organization must have offered you a job that is religious in nature. Okay? So the first step is to talk to your church about filing a visa petition for you. And to begin, you talk to your pastor and you say, oh, Pastor, you said you like what I do. I too, I want to stay. I want to help with the church and I want to work in America. Now, if he says yes, you apply formally and he will grant you, he will give you a letter that he has employed you. Now, because the ARC visa is considered a type of employment visa, the church has to start the process by filing a petition for you. The US government will be looking not only to make sure that you meet the conditions for the visa, but also that the church meets the condition for being a sponsor. Only religious organizations that are bona fide, meaning that are real, non-for-profit organizations, and bona fide non-for-profit organizations that are affiliated with a denomination may petition someone to get an R visa. The requirements that the job must be a religious occupation means that it must be part of a religious denomination's usual practices and be related to carrying out the denomination's mission. It has to be something that they do regularly in that church. Okay, a church cannot ordinarily sponsor someone for small clerical jobs. Oh, we want you to carry file for us. We want you to sweep the place for us. People who are Americans can do that. Even volunteers in the religious organization can do that. So, what they are looking for is something that maybe may be unique, like cooking in the kitchen, for instance, the Jewish area, the Jewish denomination. Not everybody can cook their food. You have to be able to cook kosher food. And even there are some Muslim organizations, you have to be able to cook halal food. So if it's something like that, yeah, some small jobs like that, you can do that. The church could probably, the organization, I'm saying church, but when I say church, I mean religious organizations, they could apply for an R visa for a person to work in that category. And you can also apply for somebody to work as an associate pastor or to run your homeless shelter ministry. One word of caution though, if the church or religious organization has never applied for someone to receive a visa before, expect a visit by the USCIS, the US Citizenship and Immigration Services is the USCIS. We call them services, so when I'm calling services, I'm referring to them. This means that service officials will come to the church or organization and ask questions about your history, your purpose, as well as about your affiliation with it. The officials are trying to verify that the church actually exists, that people attend it, and that you really will be working there. In the past, they have visited so-called churches, and they put their addresses as the basement, only to get there and meet the husband, the wife, and maybe a little boy that is running around the place on the day that they say they have services. And they meet them and they see it's their residential place. There is no church going on there. There is no service going on there. And that made them to be more strict with people of a particular nationality than the others. Now, make sure to discuss the practical considerations with your church before it goes ahead with filing a petition. The church takes on certain responsibilities as well as a petitioner because they petition for you. They will need to pay the filing fee for the application. Whether you're going to reimburse them, that will be between you. But they will be the one paying that. And then they'll be the one paying this, talking to their staff in case services come to interview them. And they must be ready to communicate with the USCIS by mail, by telephone, or in person in the case of a site visit. If the church decides to hire an attorney to represent you, the attorney can represent both of you. Or, I don't know, maybe you may also engage your own attorney, but the proper thing is for one attorney to represent both of you and take care of the business. Lastly, the church should make sure it has sufficient budget to cover your full compensation for the period of your religious worker visa. In that wise, they need an accountant to be able to do their balance sheet to make sure that they have enough money after they have paid the pastor, the workers there, the rent or the mortgage, that they still have enough to pay you. Okay, you cannot be the only worker there because they're going to tell them to try to look for an American worker. And so it's as simple as that, and it's as difficult as that, whichever way you want to look at it. My advice is to seek the assistance of a qualified attorney to represent, immigration attorney, by the way, to represent you. Because if you misstep, it may take you several years to be able to get it done, and they may have issued a letter that you leave their country. So I wish you well, and I wish that everything goes on well with you. Should you want to contact our office, my name is Janet Fashakin. My number is 646-261-6030. +1 646-261-6030 is also a WhatsApp number. You can contact me on WhatsApp, and you can also Google us, and you can also meet us on Facebook at Janet Fash Law. On the Facebook, Janet Fashakin. On Gmail, Janet fashlaw@gmail or at aol.com. And we are also on, I said we are on Facebook as Janet Fashakin. Okay, whichever way you want to visit us, you are welcome. And we do our best to make sure that things go well for you. We have been doing this, we have been practicing this now for over 21 years. We are good at what we do, and we are an award-winning law firm. So wishing you well and happy holidays to everybody. Thank you for listening, and until I come your way again, stay safe, stay cool, trust in God. He will make your way to be straight and will direct your path. Thank you.